Good, happy Saturday morning, October 5th, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, Manchester man accused of recording woman in bathrooms is arrested again. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
When family and friends come together on a beautiful day, what better place to be than in your own backyard?
Police say surveillance video inside Hannaford shows Travis Demers again walking into a women's restroom. It was Thursday, just before 5:30 p.m. A female employee entered the bathroom and saw no feet under other stalls, but feeling uneasy, she looked in the mirror while washing her hands and spotted sneakers. Police say when 21-year-old Travis Demers of Manchester exited, she recognized him from similar incidents in the news this summer.
I think it's insane. It's insanity. He should be in jail.
Sue Williamson says she was here shopping at the same time.
He was in the store at the same time, and I'm very thankful that I didn't have to use the facility.
Police say Demers has 3 similar arrests. In July, a woman reported a man reaching under a bathroom stall with a cell phone at the Mall of New Hampshire. In August, he's accused of taking pictures in a women's dressing room at Savers. Also in August, police say they found him back in a ladies' room at the mall, allegedly recording women. Shoppers are outraged it keeps happening.
It's very scary. I mean, it's an invasion of privacy.
I can't believe that somebody who's been caught multiple times already for an offense is going to re-offend and still come and do it again.
I think it's disgusting, and I think that he's got an issue and a problem, and that needs to be addressed.
Demers is now staying in custody for allegedly violating bail conditions. And tonight, Manchester's police chief says it's time to take victims into consideration when considering bail, calling Demers a risk to the public. Live in Manchester tonight, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. "2019 Congressional Law Enforcement Awards honor bravery, professionalism of New Hampshire officers." Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
Customers will call in or email in and just tell us that I was at the store, and from the beginning of the sale till the delivery, it was a great experience. And as a business owner, that's what we strive for.
Visit us at powellstone.com.
A tradition established over 20 years ago. New Hampshire's congressional delegation recognized members of the law enforcement community.
New Hampshire's law enforcement officers serve with dedication and bravery. The service, commitment, sacrifice demonstrated by each of these individuals being honored is inspirational.
You were the ones working to save lives and protect our families.
Some honored for going above and beyond the call of duty, like a Nashua police officer who put himself in harm's way with an armed subject, members of the Rochester Police Department and state police who pursued a suspect who ultimately fired shots at them, and members of the Manchester Police Department who worked tirelessly for days to apprehend a dangerous murder suspect accused of shooting and killing a man in broad daylight. Others recognized for their dedication and professionalism, including several Nashua officers who helped to save people in distress, threatening to jump into the Nashua River.
What does this job mean to you?
Everything. This is my way to serve.
The committee surprised Franklin Police Chief David Goldstein with the Career Service Award.
For me, this was an absolute surprise, and it's an honor.
With more than 4 decades of law enforcement service, Goldstein has this advice to the men and women just getting started.
Keep going. It's going to be a rocky road, but they are the new generation. They're the ones that are going to make things better. And we're very happy to pass the baton.
In Concord, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. "10 years after violent attack, Jamie Cates living for every day. Community comes together for golf tournament in mother's memory." Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jennifer Crompton.
When family and friends come together on a beautiful day, what better place to be than in your own backyard?
I am studying public health. We are on the home stretch, just about to graduate. I have an internship left. We're playing field hockey at UNCW. That's fun. I just started that up again. Just living every day like it's the last, right?
21-year-old Jamie Cates is an independent, open-hearted college senior, sharing pictures of her dog Brighton, laughing with friends. An amazing young woman who, at the age of 11, was left for dead. Her mother, Kimberly, murdered. The two attacked with knives and a machete in their Mount Vernon home.
The lesson I learned from this 11-year-old girl who'd gone through a terrible thing was it can either hold you back or it can drive you forward.
10 years to the day, the tight-knit community at Amherst Country Club, the 9th annual Kimberly Cates Memorial Golf Tournament, celebrating Kim's legacy, a woman whose happiness and enthusiasm live on in her daughter.
We've lost her, but we still have her. Yeah, a lot of the same characteristics.
That spirit of compassion and caring that was Kimberly is what has really manifested itself in this scholarship effort.
This town, the little town, Amherst, Mount Vernon, I mean, honestly, the state even, I think, everyone has come together and shown so much support.
So far, the Kimberly Cates Memorial Fund has given out over $250,000 in scholarships to students who continue her legacy of helping others. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Laconia police investigate after 2 explosive devices found in Laconia. Pipe bomb, chemical bottle bomb found in city. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
When family and friends come together on a beautiful day, what better place to be than in your own backyard?
It was made from a large metal object with a fuse sticking out, and Laconia Police Chief Matt Canfield says it was the real deal.
Had the capability of seriously injuring or killing somebody.
The pipe bomb was located Monday here at Bartlett Beach. The people who discovered it quickly called 911.
Some residents found a pipe that looked like a bomb in the bushes of the beach.
This is the second time an explosive device has been found in the city in just a matter of weeks.
If they're willing to do stuff like that, I mean, it's, getting a little scary.
On September 16th, a chemical bottle bomb was located in the parking lot at the Belknap County Courthouse. No one was hurt in either case.
When I found out about the other one with the fuse on it, and the other one was a chemical bomb, I was just flabbergasted. I have grandchildren, and I walk all around downtown, and it's pretty scary.
No suspects have been named, so it's unclear as to who may be behind the bombs or what their intentions are. but police are looking at surveillance footage for clues.
It's unusual to have two explosive devices found in such a short time frame. So we're certainly looking for any connections, but we haven't established that nexus as of yet.
Very dangerous. Laconia Police Force can handle it, and they'll do very well with it.
And if you have any information on this case, Laconia Police say they want to hear from you. Reporting in Laconia, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Judge increases sentence in drunken driving plea. Mother of victim says she opposed original plea deal. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
When family and friends come together on a beautiful day, what better place to be than in your own backyard?
We will grieve and ache and love Tyler with all of our heart.
Tyler Shaw's mother says...
Okay, we're having a little technical difficulties getting this video to play. Sorry about that, everyone. Please stand by.
When family and friends come together on a beautiful day, what better place to be than in your own backyard?
We will grieve and ache and love Tyler with all of our heart.
Tyler Shaw's mother says nothing will ever replace her son. The 20-year-old was killed by a drunk driver in April of 2018 in Bow. Today, that man, Joseph Leonard, learned his sentence for that crime.
Tyler was not the only one to die on the night of April 30th. A part of me died as well. Tyler's death has broken my heart, my spirit, my soul, my happiness.
Leonard pleaded guilty to negligent homicide and aggravated DWI and agreed to a 5 to 10 year sentence. Shaw's family has been against the deal from the start, saying a minimum of 5 years simply wasn't enough.
I'm not here today to make excuses or to ask for forgiveness. Not because I don't seek forgiveness, but because I know my actions are unforgivable.
The judge ultimately rejected the original plea bargain, agreeing instead to a 6 to 12 year sentence, something that Shaw's family saw as more acceptable.
It's never enough time, but I'm not going to complain that the judge rejected the plea and increased the sentence to 6 to 12.
Now, while Leonard was sentenced to a minimum of 6 years in prison, 6 months of that can be dropped if he completes some intensive counseling while behind bars. Reporting live, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. State issues play role in Manchester mayoral race. Challenger says mayor hasn't done enough to address problems. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
We feel that if a customer wants their product and they're ambitious and they want to do it today, if we have it here in stock, we have the people, the trucking, and why put off till tomorrow what you can do today?
Visit us at powellstone.com.
The Rex Theater in downtown Manchester is getting ready for its debut later this year. Mayor Joyce Craig says it's another positive sign for the Queen City.
We've seen unprecedented economic development here in the city with a couple hotels coming in, a 1,700 space garage going in the mill yard.
The success stories are easy to tout, but as she seeks re-election, Mayor Craig also acknowledges issues of homelessness and crime downtown. She says much of it is the result of the state's new Doorway opioid treatment program and the bail reform law passed last year.
Right now, we're at a point where our services are maxed, and it's not just our services, it's the emergency rooms in our hospitals. And so we've taken a proactive approach.
But not proactive enough, according to Craig's Republican opponent, former two-term state rep Victoria Sullivan.
We're in a really bad place. And if you look around the country, you can see other cities that are faltering, and we can't be that.
Sullivan contends Craig didn't confront problems downtown until they became a campaign issue.
For the city leader to repeatedly say that things are just great and they're not, that's not leadership.
If you look at my record, I've been working on these issues from day one. I am born and raised in Manchester. This community means the world to me.
In the September primary, Mayor Craig easily cleared 50%, but Sullivan believes she's within striking distance.
We had really strong numbers coming out of the primary. We actually did a little bit better than Frank Ginta did against former Mayor Baines in his primary.
These final weeks will determine if a similar upset is possible. In Manchester, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Sununu says bipartisan group of lawmakers will review bail reform law. Police say too many violent offenders released under law. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
We feel that if a customer wants their product and they're ambitious and they want to do it today, if we have it here in stock, we have the people, the trucking, and why put off till tomorrow what you can do today?
Visit us at powellstone.com.
Supporters of bail reform promised a win-win for public safety and low-income defendants stuck in jail. Instead, a full year's worth of problems related to releases of violent offenders have escalated police and political frustration. In 2018, police chiefs were voicing concerns almost immediately after the law passed. They said their warnings went largely unheeded.
I feel like if this were a business with faulty stairs, you would tell them to fix them before somebody gets hurt. Instead, we're just kicking it down the road and not addressing it.
Now it appears substantive action may be taken. Governor Chris Sununu is pledging to convene a bipartisan group of legislators to fix bail reform. In a statement released Friday, Sununu said, quote, "When bail reform became law last year, I pledged that we would closely monitor its implementation. It is clear that there have been some unintended consequences, and I remain committed to overhauling the system in an expedited manner." Lawmakers did pass a bill in May attempting to rebalance the new law, but police say it hasn't changed anything. They believe too many violent and high-risk offenders are still being released immediately after arrest, putting public safety at risk. In a statement, Democratic State Senator Martha Hennessy questioned Sununu's move to form a working group. She and other bail reform supporters contend, quote, "Police and prosecutors need training for this new public safety protection process." A separate legislative bail reform commission will begin meeting later this month. It's not yet clear how or even if it will interact with the governor's new effort. Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And let's take a look at your 2020 New Hampshire candidate tracker for October 5th, 2019. We have 3 candidates today in New Hampshire. The first candidate is Joe Seastack. He will be at local Democrats Harvest Breakfast at the Atkinson Community Center in Atkinson, New Hampshire at 8 o'clock a.m. Bill Weld, he has 3 events today in New Hampshire. His first event, diner stop at the Nook Breakfast and Lunch in Dover, New Hampshire at 10 o'clock a.m. Attending Dover Apple Harvest Fest in Dover, New Hampshire at 11 o'clock a.m. Third event, attending Oktoberfest at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Derry, New Hampshire in Derry, New Hampshire at 3 p.m. Marianne Williamson has one event today in New Hampshire: yoga, live music, and meditation at the Capitol Center for the Arts in Concord, New Hampshire at 5:30 p.m. Those are the 3 candidates that will be in New Hampshire today. Trump continues to slam the House impeachment inquiry. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Stories, including new major developments in the impeachment showdown. Just moments ago, House Democrats issuing a subpoena to the White House to turn over key documents related to President Trump and Ukraine. The president slamming the House inquiry, insisting his calls for Ukraine and China to investigate rival Joe Biden and his son have nothing to do with the 2020 election. And now, House Democrats also demanding Vice President Pence turn over documents for the impeachment inquiry as well. Republican Senator Mitt Romney calling President Trump's latest actions both wrong and appalling. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leads us off.
Today, President Trump insisted his calls for Ukraine and now China to investigate his potential 2020 opponent, Joe Biden, have nothing to do with politics.
I don't care about Biden's campaign, but I do care about corruption.
Yet today, the Trump re-election campaign told ABC News it's spending $1 million this weekend on ads attacking Biden and his son Hunter on the very issues the president is asking Ukraine and China to investigate.
Have you had foreign leaders for any corruption investigations that don't involve your political opponents? Are there other cases where we would have to look?
Today, Senator Mitt Romney put out a blistering statement saying, when the only American citizen President Trump singles out for China's investigation is his political opponent in the midst of the Democratic nomination process, it strains credulity to suggest that it is anything other than politically motivated. Romney called the president's outreach to China and Ukraine, quote, wrong and appalling. The only other Republican senator who ventured to criticize the president, Ben Sasse of Nebraska, who put out a terse statement saying, quote, Americans don't look to Chinese commies for the truth. Contrast that with Florida's Marco Rubio.
Do you think it's okay for President Trump to ask China to launch an investigation of Joe Biden and Hunter Biden?
I don't know if that's a real request or him just needling the press knowing that you guys were going to get outraged by it.
In Iowa, a constituent practically begged Senator Joni Ernst to say something about the president's actions.
Where is the line? When are you guys going to say enough and stand up and say, you know what, I'm not backing any of this?
Okay, so President Trump, if I can say yay, nay, whatever, president is going to say what the president is going to do.
I understand it's a non-answer answer, and I understand. I get it. I know what you're saying.
I can't speak for him. I'll just say that. I can't speak for him.
I know you can't speak for him, but you can speak for yourself.
Some tense moments right there for Republicans, and John Karl joins us now from the White House. And John, you've learned President Trump reached out to Republicans today trying to rally support?
Tom, I'm told that the president made a surprise appearance on a conference call with Republican members of the House. He said that he had done nothing wrong. He has nothing to hide. He portrayed the impeachment effort as an effort by Democrats to undo the 2016 election. This comes as Republicans have really been without a unifying message on how to respond to impeachment. It may well have been the beginning of an effort to come up with one. Tom?
Jonathan Karl with that new reporting tonight. John, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephan.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Viewer's Choice 2019 Apple Cider Donuts. Let's take a look at where the best apple cider donuts are in New Hampshire. Here's the list of the 5 best apple cider donuts in New Hampshire. Okay, and there you go. And we want to hear from you. Share with us where your favorite places to get your favorite apple cider donuts. Comment below and let us know if you agree with that list, then you agree. If you don't and you think there's a better place, let us know. Cook's Corner Chicken Parmesan Egg Rolls. Let's take a look at this video from WMUR News 9.
Cook's Corner is on the road, and today we are at Barron's Major Brands, and we have from Fratello's Chef Adam. Thank you so much
everybody.
for being here.
Thanks for having me. We're going to make some yummy food today. So we were sitting around one day with the owners of the restaurants, and we said, how can we make it easier to make it to eat a chicken Parmesan sandwich, all right, during a football game? And I think we came up with something really, really good here. So we've got chicken Parmesan wraps and egg rolls that we deep fry, and you can eat them. They're delicious. So we're going to make a couple of those here today.
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. All right. So we're just going to slice this up.
So what is this breaded in?
So this is breaded in a little bit of Parmesan cheese, Italian breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, some ice spice and seasonings. So we got a little of everything in there.
Oh, yeah. You can smell it all coming up right now as soon as you cut into that.
Right? It's a nice thing to have. So here we got our two wrappers here. And we're going to start. We're just going to load it up with some chicken. Here, let me turn these like that. There we go. Perfect.
Organizational skills are key.
Absolutely. I was really good with Lincoln Logs, too, believe it or not. Yeah. So a little bit goes a long way. And here, we'll do this one, too. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and pour a little bit of sauce right on top.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so it's literally all-inclusive.
So now, is this something that you're considering just for folks to make at home, or can you actually come into the restaurant and get this?
Oh, yeah, this is absolutely something. You can even order a party platter of these if you want to. Yeah, I'll set you right up.
Really? An entire platter?
But you think about it, you don't even need a fork and a knife for this stuff anymore. It's perfect.
No, not at all. Easy cleanup.
Yep, so we've got some mozzarella cheese that I kind of whittled into that. And then we've got some nice aged Parmesan that's there. And you know what? I'm going to add a little bit of basil because I'm feeling generous.
That goes a long way, yes.
Yep. So the key to this is making sure that they don't fall apart. Okay. So you really have to wet the edges well, all the way down, and then this thing really just sticks to itself. It's great. So we're going to go all the way around. All right. So yeah, you can do this at home, but you know what? If you just want to enjoy the game and relax, just come and see me. I'll take care of it for you.
Oh, perfect. Well, everybody has your number. So is this just water, or are we using oil or anything?
I'm literally using water. Yep. I call it pipe stock. It's right out of the pipe. Yeah, exactly. So now I want to get to this point, and I just want to wrap it over on itself, and I'm going to tuck in my little ends. And believe it or not, this just wraps up like this. Well, you make a couple thousand, you actually get pretty good at it after a while. So we'll put that one
How
right
are you
there.
at origami? I think maybe you might have a future in that, too.
My swans are amazing. My rhinos need a little work.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's
rhinos, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's,
okay.
That goes to my daughter. So, all right, here we go. So these are wrapped up and ready to go.
Oh, my
gosh. You can see they're nice and tight, and lots of practice will make that good. So the next key step to this is I would deep fry these. Put them right in the oven. So I got some down here in our oven. Okay. And I'm just going to pull them out. So you deep fry them, get them nice and golden brown. You finish it, they get all the cheeses melted right inside. Yeah. And it's pretty much ready to go. So
the before and after, you always got to love that. Oh, look at that.
See?
Nice and
golden. Yeah. Nice and golden brown. They're perfect. So here we go.
Why don't you cut one of those open? Or just
you bet. Boy, we're going to eat good today. I can tell you that.
I didn't have to give you any encouragement to bring good food on here. I appreciate that.
So you got all nice melty cheese in there, and then we're going to set them right up here on this plate like so. And why don't we put a little bit of greenery in here?
There we go. Got a little color.
Yeah, like I said, you got the perfect football snack ready to go.
There it is. Chef Adam, thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
This looks great. We're going to dig in. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
That looks yummy. I will need to try to make that at home. Looks very yummy. And now let's take a look at some events that are happening today in New Hampshire. SNHU Women's Lacrosse Youth Girls Clinic and 5v5 tournament begins at 8 o'clock a.m. at SNHU Penman Stadium. Nature Photography Workshop, 9 o'clock a.m. at Noki S. Loeb School of Communication. New Hampshire Coin and Currency Expo, 9 o'clock a.m. at the Doubletree by the Hilton. Group 1 Basket Weaving with Ray Lagasse, 9 a.m. at Legend of New Hampshire Craftsman in Meredith, New Hampshire. Stratham Library Fall Book Sale, 9 a.m. at Wigan Memorial Library. On View in Cornish, American Art in the Picture Gallery, 1948 to 2019, all day at St. Gobain's National Historic Park. Harvest Fair, 9 a.m. and Greensville Community Christian Church. Holiday Fair, 9 a.m. at St. Luke's United Methodist Church. Used Book Sale, the 9 a.m. The Annex in Fall. Rummage Sale, 9 o'clock a.m. at Greenland Church Parish House. And those are all the events that are happening today in New Hampshire. If you want to see that complete list, we will be sure to share it with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. And thank you for joining us for this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll see you back here later on today, and I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, and see you later.